afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Valerie Fisher, and as the chair of the Manatee Commission on the Status of Women, it is my honor to welcome all of you to this celebration of the 92nd anniversary of the passage of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. This is the 17th annual local event. The Manatee Commission on the Status of Women held our first celebration in 1995. And in 2008, our co-hosts today, the Sarasota Commission on the Status of Women, joined with us to make this a bi-county event. Our theme this year, Building Leadership Through Women's Sports, recognizes the 40th anniversary of Title IX. Under Title IX, schools must offer female and male students equal opportunities to play sports, must treat female and male athletes equally in all respects, including equitable equipment, facilities, and coaching, and give female and male athletes fair shares of athletic scholarships. Title IX has made it possible for more girls and women to play sports at earlier ages and in much greater numbers than ever before. But we are far from achieving equality. The National Women's Law Center released a state-by-state ranking that found that female high school students receive 1.3 million fewer opportunities than males to play high school sports. Equality. Consider our history. The Declaration of Independence, foundational document of our country, adopted by the Continental Congress in 1776, states in part, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." We know that in 1776, all men were not equal under the law, and that women were even less equal. Today, we remember the 72-year struggle our suffragette sisters, and that it took until 1920, a full 144 years before women were granted the right to vote. Founder of the League of Women Voters, Carrie Chapman Catt, once said, "There will never be a true democracy until every responsible adult, without regard to race, sex, color, or creed, has his or her own inalienable and unpurchasable voice in government." Well, 92 years later, here we are today to celebrate women's equity. Believe, value, and exercise your voice. Now, please give your attention to Miranda Wolf of the Manatee Players, who will perform America the Beautiful, which was our national hymn at the time of the passage of the 19th Amendment. Miranda.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains. beautiful, for heroes proved in liberating strife, who mercy more than country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful for patriot dream that sees beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleamed, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed thy grace on thee, confirm thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Thank you so much, Miranda. I now ask you to join me. Oh, excuse me, technical difficulty. Join me, please, in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now, I would invite you to join me in a moment of silence. Please take this moment to recall the women who influenced you in your life in a positive way, and consider how you may perhaps pay it forward. Thank you. I'd like to introduce the head table. Our honorary chair and guest speaker, Blair Bloomston. I so apologize. Ann Hardy, board member of the League of Women Voters of Sarasota. Ginny Hyman, Sarasota Commission on the Status of Women chair. Dr. Mona Jane, co-founder of this event and representative of the Florida Commission on the Status of Women. And Dorothy Middleton, charter member, Manatee Commission on the Status of Women. Please refer to page 6 of your program for a list of our host committee members. Would all current host committee members and any past host committee members who may be present stand to be recognized? I know you're out here. The steering committee is responsible for making sure that this event happens. Members of the steering committee, please stand to be recognized. And on page 12, you will see a listing of our exhibitors. I just want to take a moment to note that one of our exhibitors is the Girl Scouts. This is the 100th national anniversary of Girl Scouts. How many of you participated either as a Brownie, Girl Scout, or leader? Yay. Congratulations, Girl Scouts. If you look to page 5 of your program, you will see our event sponsors. I believe it's page 5. I may have the pages wrong. We absolutely could not put this program on without the generous contributions of our sponsors, most of whom have been supporting this event year after year. I would like to acknowledge at this time and give special thanks to METV, who is not only filming this for rebroadcast on MET Web, right? That's the website, MET Web. METV Web. Thank you. Here's the thing. They went way above and beyond because I understand that starting at 7 o'clock this morning, Charles Clapsaddle and his crew found out that the sound system in this room was not working, so they came and wired theirs so that we could bring you this event. Thank you. I'd also like to especially recognize the Florida Commission on the Status of Women for helping committee member Vicki Waters locate the vintage photos of women in sports from FSU, formerly called Florida State College for Women, that you have on your luncheon tables. And also I want to invite you to check out the Women's Hall of Fame athlete pictures as well. While everyone is enjoying their lunch, I would like to acknowledge our elected officials. Please hold your applause until the end. From Manatee County, Julie Aranabar, Manatee School Board Member, District 3. Marianne Barnaby, City of Bradenton Councilwoman, Republican candidate for Mayor, City of Bradenton. Jim Boyd, Republican State Representative running for re-election. Karen Carpenter, Manatee County School Board Member, District 5. John Chappie, Manatee County Commission, District 3, who won re-election unopposed. And from Sarasota County, Teresa Carafelli, Sarasota Hospital Board Member, District 1, who is running for re-election. Linda Yates, Northport City Commissioner, Seat 5. Carolyn Zucker, Sarasota School Board Member, District 2, who was re-elected unopposed. And we have some former elected officials present. Keith Fitzgerald, former Florida State Representative, Democratic candidate running for Congressional District 16. Pat Glass, former Manatee County Commissioner. James T. Golden, former Bradenton City Councilman, Democratic candidate for Manatee County Commission District 5. Peggy Simone, former Florida State Representative, and recently elected Republican State Committeewoman. Debbie Trice, former Sarasota Charter Review Board Member. Barbara Turner Grace, former Manatee School Board Member. Marlene Woodson Howard, former Florida State Senator. And my calculus teacher. Liz Alpert, Democratic, oh, I'm sorry. Now on to the candidates. Liz Alpert, Democratic candidate for Florida House District 72. Vanessa Baugh, Republican candidate, Manatee County Commission, District 5. Ed Brodsky, Republican candidate for State Attorney. Jennifer Cohen, Democratic candidate, Sarasota County Commission, District 3. Rhonda DeFranco, candidate for Northport City Commission, Seat 3, who is in a runoff for this nonpartisan position. Paula House, Democratic candidate for Florida State Senate, District 26. Dave Miner, candidate for Manatee County School Board, District 2, in a nonpartisan runoff. Richard O'Brien, Democratic candidate for Mayor, City of Bradenton. Adam Tabruge, Democratic candidate for Florida House District 71. And John Tarraco, Democratic candidate for State Attorney. Now, please welcome community icon and co-founder of this event, Dr. Mona Jane.
Thank you, Valerie. This can be possible only by teamwork. I'm just one of us, and we believe in it. If you look at the program, you have the greetings from Florida Governor. I'm not going to read any proclamation or any greetings because 3 of those are in your program, and the rest are on the table out there. So Florida Governor for celebration, Florida Commission on the Status of Women in your program, and League of Women Voters of Florida in the program also. Then proclamations. We have been supported by all the counties and cities since we started, and here are the names, the proclamations out there. Manatee and Sarasota Counties Commissions, cities of Sarasota and Northport, cities of Bradenton, Palmetto, and also the town of Longboat Key. Please read the proclamations outside, and then please leave those there because these go in the archives. I'm going to introduce something. Are we ready for the quiz? Educator for 45 years, you know it comes back. Okay. But I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and give you the answers. And I know some. Okay, I hope we all know that 19th Amendment was ratified on 26th of August, 1920. And the last state that ratified was Tennessee. And the last person to vote was Henry Burns, whose mom told him, "You better vote or don't come back home." Then, now we have Title IX. Well, let me tell you, Florida ratified, which was not counted in 1969. Now we have the Educational Amendments Act of 1972. That's June 23rd, 1972. Already our chair of the commission, Manatee Commission, mentioned it, so I won't go into the details. But I do want to talk about Olympics in London. How many athletes represented our country in Olympics? We are proud of them. 530 athletes were there. How many females and males? 269 females and 261 males. How many gold medals won by females? 290. How many gold medals won by males? 170. How many total medals were won by females? 580. How many by males? 450. I mean, it's important. We love both girls and boys, but this is a motivation. We already mentioned that this celebration is dedicated to all the women, and of course, you all are among those. I'll come to men's also. Women of the past who paved the way to where we are today, women of the present who are carrying on the mission, and also the women of the future who will make us proud to carry on the baton. And at this time, I would also say that we have reporters from different newspapers, so we always have a young girls and boys picture taken. We'll do it at the end. So please stay around so that we always feel proud about it. Now, special thanks to Mom. We would not be here if our moms did not give birth to us. I know there are many moms and grandmoms in the audience, but I need to recognize two. Our speaker, Blair's mom, is here, Tricia Dayton. I would like her to stand. And also, Oli Davis, the grandmom, is here also. Please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Enjoy your lunch.
Please continue to finish enjoying your lunch. But please give your attention. May I have your attention? I know it's so much fun to visit. Almost quiet. All right, I would like to introduce our speaker today. Blair Bloomston is a proud Bradenton native, born in Manatee Memorial Hospital. She's also a first-generation Florida resident with parents who moved here from Texas and New Jersey. Blair has always felt that Florida's melting pot status has been the perfect backdrop for her family's mix of Yankee and Southern traditions. Blair was an active volunteer during middle and high school, following her mom, Tricia Dalton's lead in work with Junior League of Manatee County and Keep Manatee Beautiful. Her mom's inspiring leadership helped support Manatee County's first Earth Day celebration and launched the Coastal Cleanup Project, which continues to this day. Blair is also incredibly proud to have been a Girl Scout, with Troop 346 continuing to cadet status and earning her Silver Award. This is a serious woman. Her proudest accomplishment was selling more cookies than any other scout in Manatee County at the wizened old age of 10. At 17, Blair swore that cold winters and concrete jungle were far better than small town life, so she left Florida for college in New York City, where she lived for 6 years. Then, in 2003, Blair met her husband, Shane, a fellow Florida native, while home on holiday break. And he convinced her that sunshine wasn't that bad. Blair returned to Bradenton 9 years ago and has been happily married to Shane for 5 of them. We assume those are the latest 5.
Yes.
Blair believes that Bradenton-Sarasota community is a diamond on the Gulf Coast. As one of the founding members of Game On, listen, I messed up her name earlier, and now I'm going to mess up her company. Excuse me.
We're still friends, Valerie. We're still friends.
As one of the founding members of Game On Nation, and I want to point out, we didn't misspell it in the program. Everyone was worried that when they saw the small letters, you know, for Game On, people were going to think it was a typo. So that is, anyway. As the founding member, one of the founding members of Game On Nation, she has spent the last 8 years helping the world's most recognizable athletes, teams, and corporations improve their self-awareness and communication skills through Game On's entertaining improv-based curriculum. Please help me welcome our honorary chair and speaker, Blair Bloomston.
Thanks, Valerie. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm really excited that I brought my mom and grandma today. And just before lunch began, my grandma said, "Everyone here is so happy." And I agree. We can feel it up here, and I hope that you can feel this electric energy in the room. I've been really honored to come back to Bradenton after trying my hardest to get away at 17. And to now, as an adult and member of this community, really understand what my parents saw about this place. Because it's incredible. It's incredible where we live, first of all, but it's even more incredible who we live amongst. And we're seeing some of the best of it today. So when Dot Middleton called me, I was really surprised and, of course, very honored. I know that she heard about Game On through the 9.5 years that we spent in residence at IMG Academies. That was an incredible place to be. A lot of people think of IMG like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You drive by and smell the chocolate, but nobody knows what goes on behind those gates. I'm excited that I cut my teeth as a coach of athletes in those years at IMG, but I have to admit right now that I am not an athlete. In fact, when I went to St. Stephen's, I was the captain of the benchwarmers on my volleyball team. I just had a problem with serving the ball into the back of my teammate's head instead of over the net. And one of the things that my coach, Coach Jill Rohrer, always tried to help me with was to serve the ball over the net. And so I would be out there with my, Girl Scout background, trying my darndest. But sometimes those statements that she gave me weren't enough. It would have been more helpful for her to show me that I was standing incorrectly, or to show me the way to hit the ball. It would have been even more effective if she had just done it for me. That would have helped. And so with that experience, personally, knowing that statements don't always work, part of my mission as a Game On coach and as one of the founders of this company is to move the audience. And today, when we're talking about something as exciting as women's equality, or to go further, women's equity, which also starts to show our value. My hope is not to tell you statements like women are great, I think we know that. Yeah? Yes! And I also feel for this moment that showing you in the room is also not enough. So it's my job with Game On to go from telling to showing to actually moving. And to do that, what I'd like to do is invite this room right now to put on the mindset of a competitive female athlete. Someone that Title IX has specifically helped to achieve that level of equality in competitive sports at the college level. And so to do that, we're going to play a game. The game is called Firing Line. And here is how it works. I would like to have, let's see, could I have you join us, please? Okay, give her a round of applause. And can I have you join us? And Miss, could I have you join us? Yes, in purple, it's a lovely color. Come on up here. Great. And sir, could I have you join us, please? Great. And Miss, could I have you please come on up? Yes, you. All right, give them all a round of applause. Thank you so much. Thanks. You're going to be fine, Joe. Okay, come on up here. All right, excellent. What's your name?
Lonnie Collins.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And
Debbie Bell.
Deb, nice to meet you.
Cassie Kazarisky.
Hey, Cassie, I'm Blair.
Keith Fitzgerald.
Hey, Keith, nice to meet you. Sunny, good to meet you. Okay, so I have help. So here's what's going to happen. First of all, I want all of you to know that this crowd is absolutely at their deepest level rooting for you and cheering for you right now. Are you? Yes. Yes. I want you to know that a major reason they are cheering for you because they're very relieved that I did not pick on them. But also they want you to succeed. And we do want this. We want this feeling of success. We thrive on it. That's part of why the Olympics were so exciting. So, before I talk too much, let's talk about how to play this game. The game is called Firing Line, and here's what's going to happen. In a moment, I'm going to grab a microphone, and I'm going to pick a category. Let's say that the first category we have is colors. That's very simple, okay? And then what will happen is, I will put the microphone in front of you, and you will have 3 seconds to come up with a color, any color in the world, and you may not repeat anything that anyone else has said. All right? Ooh. I heard a hush in the room. Let me grab my microphone. So this is a practice category. No one's going to be eliminated in this round. Okay? In this round. But someone might be eliminated in future rounds. However, for this time, you just get to practice. And the rules of the game for all of you up here, whose hearts might be racing a little bit, are to remember that the people in this room are cheering for you, and, yes, to know that no matter how much your heart is racing, just to appear as at ease as you possibly can. The practice category is colors. Here we go.
Blue.
Good.
Red.
Yes.
Brown.
Excellent.
White.
Good.
Green.
Yes.
Fuchsia.
Uh-huh.
Taupe.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Good.
Cyan.
Oh.
Black.
Yeah.
Magenta.
Uh-huh. Give me another one. Okay, freeze. Freeze. Give her a round of applause. Perfect. Wonderful. Now listen. This game is a game of pressure. The same pressure that our athletes feel when they are out there on the field, right? So that was our warm-up category. That was practice. And from there, we're going to go on to a new category. Now, here's a new rule of the game that I'm going to introduce right now. People are going to be eliminated. That's okay. Because if you happen to lose in the game of Firing Line, a warm-up game that we play at Game On, I'm going to ask you to lose gracefully. Okay? Which is to say, right? If he says fuchsia, and you say fuchsia, "Ah!" is not an appropriate response. Right? We will lose gracefully. And audience, you're going to help them lose gracefully because we're going to actively show our support whenever someone gets eliminated. All right, are we ready to play the true game of firing line? Excellent. Sir, could you please help me select a category? And why don't you read it? What does that say?
Superheroes.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of those in this room right now. Superheroes. Okay, very good. Start to put superheroes in your brain. I can tell Sunny is ready. Look at that game face. That's incredible. All right, here we go. The category is superheroes and...
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yes.
Batman.
Yes.
Superman.
Good.
Superwoman.
Yes. Give Clyde a round of applause. Clyde, you may return to your seat. Excellent work. Woo! Superheroes. All right. We're going to keep the game moving forward. You have survived that round. You're allowed to smile about it. There you go. That's excellent. All right, let's go over here. Can I have you pick a category, please? Great. What does that say?
Vegetables.
Yum! Yum, vegetables. So I'm sure you have a few vegetables in your mind right now. I'm actually going to ask you to let go of all of those thoughts because it's inevitable that once you put something in your head, it sticks and somebody else picks up on that energy. For example, when I graduated college at Lincoln Center and I thought, don't trip, don't trip, don't trip, and I tripped just a little, just enough to run it off. I'm cool, right? The person behind me tripped, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen, okay? The category is vegetables, and here we go.
Kale.
Yes,
Broccoli.
good.
Asparagus.
Uh-huh.
Lettuce.
Give me another one, Deb.
Carrots.
Good.
Zucchini.
Yeah,
Spinach.
yes,
Peas.
good.
Radish.
Uh-huh.
Brussels sprouts.
Whoa.
Asparagus.
Was asparagus said? Oh, give Cassie a round of applause! Thank you! Thank you! I like this audience feedback happening here. All right, let's keep the game going. Would you pick a category?
Definitely.
What does it say?
Things you put on a sandwich.
Things you put on a sandwich. That's amazing. There's a lot of sandwich varieties out there. Let's see what we got. Deb, you can move over. I know you guys are competing, but we're all friends in this room too, right? All right, here we go.
Salt.
Cheese.
Turkey.
Bread.
Chicken. Pepper.
Roast beef.
Mustard.
Kale.
Keep going.
Mayo.
Good.
Panini press.
Yeah, uh-huh. I put it on my sandwich, not in it. Good.
Swiss cheese.
Yes.
Red peppers.
Give me another one.
Onions.
Yes.
Green pepper.
Give me another one.
Onions. All right.
Oh, that's what you just said. Give Sunny a round of applause. All right. All right, we're in the final countdown. I'm going to pick a category this time. Let's see. I've got countries. I've got countries as our final category. All right, here we go. Are we still rooting for them? Excellent. Excellent. I love the energy here. Are we ready for countries? Here we go.
Afghanistan.
Nice.
Brazil.
Uh-huh.
Moldavia.
Give me another one. That was good.
Uzbekistan.
Whoa.
Peru.
Yes.
The United States.
Yes.
Canada.
Uh-huh.
Mexico.
Good.
Venezuela.
Good.
Nicaragua.
Give me another one.
Guatemala.
Give me another one. Oh, sorry. I moved the mic. That was awkward.
Uruguay.
Oh, wow.
England.
Yes, give me another one.
Ireland.
Uh-huh.
Spain.
Yes.
Um,
Shake it out, Deb!
I already said Peru.
Oh, give Deb a round of applause! Good job, and you're our winner today.
Thank you.
Good, and you may sit down. Thanks. Now, remind me of your name again. Is it Kip? Keith, thank you. Imagine if I called him Kip. That'd be so weird. Keith, thank you. And thank you to all of you who not necessarily voluntarily got up here to take the risk. Now, firing line, of course, is a game. And the stakes of this game are not tremendously high for all of you in the room, but I can guarantee you that for the 5 participants up here, the stakes were high. The stakes were high. And there's a few reasons why this game, to me, relates back to our athletes and the amazing things that they achieve on the field or court or course. First of all, when the pressure is on, if you have the ability to appear relaxed and at ease, that's nice. Inside, you might be absolutely freaking out, right? But fortunately, we live in a world where there's no thought bubble above our heads saying, I'm freaking out. And so we all have within us this power to move with confidence, to carry ourselves with expertise. And like, Sonny, I really did love your game face up here. You brought it. And that's what I want to encourage everybody in this room today to learn from our female athletes. The second thing that I think is really important about firing line and to connect with your life to what you do is that you don't always have the opportunity to plan. You don't. The 5 of you certainly didn't know that this was going to happen. No. They had to react in the moment. And you know what? Life is like that. Life is improvised. And it's a really powerful skill when you can go from feeling like, okay, I have to have a plan, to knowing that you have the plan, and now you can let it go, and you can react to whatever crosses your path. And just think about how that relates back, again, to competition and to athletics. But the final reason that I love to play the game firing line, the final reason why you as a crowd were so incredible through that exercise is because although we had losers in this game, everybody in this room has won an amazing victory. Because even when a person got eliminated, even when they had to take a seat, I heard and I saw from each of you amazing support. And that is rare. I have to tell you, in working with thousands of high school age students who are at the highest levels of talent in what they do as competitive athletes, what I see a lot of is this. How's it going? Good. How's your day? Fine. What else is going on? Nothing. Thank you. Thank you. We know as adults that nothing ain't gonna cut it. It's not enough. But I can't just tell you, hey, go get active. Actually, you're already here, so you don't need that statement, right? What I can do, hopefully, is put you through the feeling of being active, the feeling of success. Because Deb, you came in second. You got silver on that. Deb's trying to enjoy some dessert right now, right? She got chocolate. She got chocolate. That feeling that you had, Deb, now that this is over, you're going to carry with you, at least into tomorrow. You might go home and do like crazy chores, like, whoa, I feel pumped up. And experiences stay with us. So I want to play a new game, but before I do, can we just get one final round of applause? So this is a game that we're all going to play together. Everybody stand up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Woo! This game is the reason that Game On was formed. It's the foundation of what we do. And I'm so excited to share it with you today. The game is called Coins. Coins are things that you like. And right now, as I'm talking, I hope that each of you will put the idea of something that you like into your head. Coins could be achievements, interests, hobbies, activities, adventures, experiences. Coins are things that you like. Now, I'm going to add a disclaimer. They cannot be the main things that you talk about all the time. So if you are a politician, this is a moment to take your campaign and set it aside. I know that you care about it. We can tell. There are many ads. If you are a parent and that is your number one thing, I'm going to ask you right now to set it aside. It is not that these things that we care about tremendously, for me, one of my main coins is my career. It's not that these aren't important. They are the most important. In fact, they're so important that we're spending a lot of time talking about it. And what we are neglecting to do is to remember and value the coins that we don't talk about often. We use the term coins because coins are money. It's directly connected to Equity Day, right? Value. And again, I'm asking you just for a moment to set aside your top coins. We played this game as a company. Steve Shenbaum, who created Game On, played this game with Carmelo Anthony, who's a basketball player who recently represented the US in the Olympics. Years ago, as Carmelo was transitioning from Syracuse into the NBA, and he said, Melo, I want you to write down 3 things that give you value, 3 of your coins. And Carmelo started to write, and Steve said, oh, hold on, no basketball, no PlayStation. And Carmelo went, what? Come on. Right? We have coins that we carry with us all the time, and we talk about them, and when we talk about things that we like, we show it on our face, and you can sense that enthusiasm. But talking about them too much is a little bit like having one really strong right arm and then like a Tyrannosaurus Rex other arm. Right? So today we're going to set those down and we're going to pick up some other coins. So here's how we play the game. Just down the middle of these tables, directly divided in half, I have half the room and half the room. I want to have a little contest to see who has more coins in this room. So I'm going to throw out some coins to you. I'm going to get this audience activated so that we're not just talking about be active. I want you to feel it. If you don't smile when you think of it, it's not a coin. All right? Cool. I see a lot of teeth in the room. This is excellent. Good. One of my favorite coin categories is family. Who likes their family? Show of hands. Yes. Excellent. We have some of these coins in common. How many of you are sisters? How many of you are brothers? How many of you are parents or grandparents? Excellent. How many of you have or had a grandparent who was very special to you? Excellent. My grandpa Joe, who's no longer with us, lived to be 99 and a half years old. And during the Depression, he went to Southern California and wrestled alligators in a carny circus. Yes! And that is incredible to me, and that shapes who I am. And hopefully when I talk about Grandpa Joe, you can see on my face that I care. Yeah. How many of you have pets in this room? Show of hands, we're competing here. Yes. Excellent. How many of you have dogs? How many of you go home at the end of the day and flick your dog in the nose? No hands. Good, no hands. No. We love our dogs. That's not nice. No. They have meaning to us, right? Who likes food? Who likes to eat in this room? Who liked the good lunch that we got at the Polo Grill today? Yeah, excellent, right? How many of you love a good steak? Yes. Who loves being a vegetarian? A few, okay. How many of you love sushi? Yes. How many of you hate sushi? It's not a coin. If you hate it, don't talk about it. Seriously. I'm not going to get up here and be like, broccoli. We have this epidemic that goes on amongst us, but even more importantly, amongst those younger than us, which is perpetual game face. So how do we get past it? We get past it by having your coins. Because I can't tell you statements the way that I tell my athletes, that I don't tell my athletes. I can't say statements like, be confident, stand tall, smile more. She did smile a little, that was helpful. That's very silly. what I can hopefully do is remind you of things and have you actively put them in your pocket of things that make you smile. So now let's take those big, strong right arm coins that I said hold on to, put those back in too. Anything that has meaning or value to you, that has so much meaning and value that it will literally cause you to change. So there's 3 ways that coins work, and the third way is what I want you to take with you as we leave today. The first is, take some time to know your coins. Have them metaphorically in your pocket. I did coach a baseball player at one time who went to pitch on the mound, and he was jangling a little bit. And the coach said, well, Game On told me to put my coins in my pocket. It's a metaphor. So, but have them with you. And as I got up here today, and I'm tapping it literally right now, I have a beautiful necklace that was given to me by my grandmother, and there's a little charm on it that was given to me by my mother. And they are 2 of my most powerful coins, right? So I'm bringing this with me. The second step of coins is more important, which is to collect coins from other people. Please, let's get beyond the conversation. Hey, what's your name? Blair. Cool, what do you do? I'm a coach. Cool, where are you from? Here. Right? Let's jazz it up a little bit, please. Actively try to find out coins from other people. Consciously guide the conversation to find out things about them, like their family, places they've traveled to, foods that they like, adventures that they've experienced. And then the third step of coins is the most important. This is how we activate. It is when somebody shares a coin, and you can tell because they're smiling about it, and you have a coin in common, and you share that, conversation explosion. Yeah. So I want to end by sharing one of my most powerful coins, which is, as a young woman in Bradenton, my passion, my hobby was not volleyball, but it was ballet. And I was really fortunate through my youth to participate in ballet through a woman named Georgine Gooding, who was a big inspiration to me. Now, Georgine was my teacher, and I knew that my teacher was a mentor and someone really powerful, but there was another woman in that dance studio with me, and her name was Jessica Holmes. And Jessica was 4 years older than me when I was in 8th grade, and she was super cool. She was. She was the best dancer in the studio. And Jessica didn't know this, but I wanted to be just like her. And I wanted to be just like her so much that I would walk a mile, about 15, 20 minutes from King Middle School, where I went to middle school, to my dance studio at Georgine's, on my toes, like this, with my backpack. No, I'm from Bradenton, so fortunately no snow. Jessica inspired me so much that I went to college in New York City to pursue dance and musical theater. I do have jazz hands. And after a year, she graduated high school, and she was no longer at that dance studio, but I continued to work harder and harder because I looked to her. I looked to her. I wanted to be like her. Okay, so flash forward to many, many, many years later, and I'm at a farmer's market in downtown Bradenton, and I see this, like, attractive blonde woman, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Jessica Holmes. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Right? We're friends. I know her. It's just been a while. I'm not stalking her or anything. And I walked up to her and I said, hey, Jessica, it's Blair Dalton, now Bloomston. I don't know if you remember me from Georgine's. And she said, yeah, I remember you. I heard you're working for Game On. I heard you're speaking at colleges. And, you know, my reaction was kind of like, yeah, thank you. Yes, yeah, I'm really proud of what I do. And she said, I'm so amazed. And I said, stop, hang on. I have to tell you, at the farmer's market, you're the reason. You're the reason that I ended up where I am. And she looked stunned. And we spoke for another few minutes, and, you know, we moved on, and we're Facebook friends now, so we're real friends. But Jessica's example moved me in my life without her even knowing it. And that's what I need each of you to take, especially those of you in the audience today who are on the younger side, who are active, maybe in social media, who are presenting yourselves through photos and statements and status updates constantly, is that the impact that we make, we may not be aware of, but someone is impacted by it. And it is up to all of us to choose every single day to make that impact a positive one. So I ask you to have your coins in your pocket. I ask you to know that this firing line skill that we saw you have within yourself too. The most amazing thing that happened today to me is that in the midst of unexpectedness and competition, we had a lot of laughter, and it was the best kind of laughter because it was laughing with one another. And if we can just keep that energy going and spread it throughout this community, there is no doubt in my mind that the success of women's right to vote and the success of this year being the 100th anniversary of the Girl Scouts and the success of the 40-year anniversary of Title IX will continue to make an impact to people just like me who care so much about this community. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
What a delight. What a delight. Thank you so much, Blair. It seems almost impossible to me, but the day is almost coming to a close. I would like to introduce Ann Hardy from the League of Women Voters of Sarasota, and then Ginny Hyman from the Sarasota Commission on the Status of Women, who will give us a few closing remarks.
Hello, I would like to thank Blair. What an exciting, what great energy. And I'd kind of like to build on the idea of Title IX. Title IX is something that's very important to me personally because my daughter plays soccer in college. And soccer has been a very important part of her life since she was a little girl. She developed many friendships from the game, and she's in great shape, and she loves to play. It's hard to imagine her not having this opportunity to get in the game. It's been 40 years since Title IX came to existence, and I guess it's fair to say we kind of, perhaps we start to take these opportunities for granted. And similarly, I think maybe sometimes we take the right to vote for granted. When I first joined the League several years ago, it's because it appealed to my coins, as she was saying. I'm a bit of an information geek. I kind of like to discuss issues and learn about things and talk to politicians about their positions. So that was kind of why I joined. And the kind of the historic role of the League, that it was a defender of the rights of citizens to vote, at the time almost seemed a little passé. It's like, well, we've kind of done that, you know. That's kind of settled, it seemed to me. Maybe we needed to work on some redistricting issues, but kind of, you know, the right of citizens to vote seemed dealt with. But here we are in 2012, and voting rights are a central issue. So I think we need to consider that in our history and how important that is. And it's important that we all stand up to protect every citizen's right to vote. It's important that all citizens are able to get into the game. So I encourage you to exercise your rights, to learn the issues, to learn about the candidates, to study the amendments, and to vote. And I'm going to turn it over now to Jenny.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today. And I just have 3 things I'd like to hit on. First one is we are all very active women and men that are here today, but I would like to challenge you to be even more active. We have only 17% representation at the most on any level of elected positions, whether it's local, state, or federal. We need to increase that amount. So I would like to challenge everyone in this room, regardless of your age, young or seniors, to get on a board, get appointed to something, apply to be on your condo board, on a county board, on a city board, on a nonprofit board. Become active, because it's from our boards and our appointed positions that our pool of candidates comes from. It's how you become informed about how things work from the inside out. And we're going to increase the number of women in government. We need to have informed women in government and not just party puppets. Okay, so that's my political speech. Second one is, again, I want to thank you all for coming here and for supporting Women's Equity Day and Women's Equality Day, which is the same thing. It has to do with the women's right to vote. And please make sure, one other thing, please make sure your registration is correct in case you have moved, changed your name, your precinct has changed, you've changed jobs and you can't get to your poll on election day, so you need an absentee ballot. So do it now, don't wait until October when you may need to do something to make that happen. And that's my other political speech. All right. But again, I want to thank you all for coming here. I want to invite you to come to Sarasota next year. And at this time, I'd like to ask Hope Burns to come up. And where's Hope? Okay, there you are. Okay, she is going to end this wonderful event with a rendition of a song that we all agree on. And again, we're not in Van Wezel, so everybody please stay until Hope is finished. Thank you.
And please feel free to join me. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father, neighbors all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin
Thank you all. Thank you all.